Hello and welcome to another edition of the Gravestone Pros here at North Country Memorials. Today we are finally going to take a little more look at our new stencil, take a look at that Hartco stencil. It was actually a couple weeks ago that we finally were able to use it a little bit and going to kind of get some of my opinions in working with it, see what I think about it, and then Dad kind of sat down and he talked a little bit about his thoughts on it. So you get to see all that today. I just was about to set up and get this intro made, and I got a phone call from a guy that had been watching the videos and said that he was finding them helpful. So if it's you that was calling, I appreciate that call. It was certainly nice to hear from you. Helpful to know people are enjoying everything. Appreciate that so much. Come along. Right, we've been teasing this for a while and it is finally time. We are going to open this stencil.
Pull that out. Stuff. Looks a lot like the other, but doesn't feel like it. It's got a very different feel to it. It's lighter, not quite as stiff. So what I don't know, and we'll have to test it. Okay, so it's rolling. This is the plastic back part.
So it rolls over the top.
It rolls over the top instead of under the top.
Okay.
All of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, where's the tractor feed?
Yeah, it's got tractor feed.
Yeah, it does.
Perfect.
This is going to be a pain to get in there because of how
supple it is.
Yeah, supple. That's a nice way of saying it. It's always difficult to pull rubber through there, no matter how you do it. Pull the knife out of there.
There, you got it.
I got it through. We take our knife out so that we don't bend the edge of it, because that can happen.
Yeah, those little blades are, I think they're like 15, 20 bucks a blade.
No.
No?
Much more than that.
No, not much more than that.
Really? I thought at one time they were like 45
Yeah, the
bucks.
shipping, they charge you like 40 bucks for shipping. So you have to buy
Like
5, 10 of them at a time to make it worth it. Otherwise, you pay twice the amount in shipping, I think is how that goes. It's been a while since I've ordered them. Speaking of which, Eric, while we're sitting here, you want to take a look. There should be a little plastic case right in behind the computer there. And we've got 4 in here still, so we'll be good on those for a while. Now, here's something from the past that we don't ever use around here. I'm sure some of the monument guys have picked up on that. We switched to X-Acto knives years ago, never looked back, but we do have the old Monument Man's specialty knife here. We've used them before. Well, we got company here at the office. Mom's stopping in to check and see how we're doing.
Well, making sure you guys are working hard.
She said it was a good day to be on camera. She just must have come from the beauty shop, I guess.
Yeah.
She looks like a queen. Does this have alignment holes, Dad?
It does not.
No more alignment holes. So that's a bummer because we didn't have them for a while and then we had them again. But we don't even know if we'll end up keeping this stencil or not. Time will tell. You did a test cut. What'd you find out, Dad?
I thought maybe this would cut easier and peel easier, but it seems to peel hard. So,
Okay.
all right, I'm going to try the first one here.
All right. We'll see how she
See what we
goes.
get.
So because we've been trying to conserve stencil, stuff like this, rather than cutting the entire back, cut a smaller piece, but then you have to make sure you get it on there centered, which takes a little more work.
I got to come up like a 64th of an inch.
On that left side.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a 32nd of an inch.
Yep. So what were you saying about when you peeled the line out?
It's cut through fine, but
The stencil kind of
didn't
peels.
come out. It came out a little bit harder than beautiful. I did it. It came out a little bit harder. Well, that's funny. Now that seems to be a little bit high.
Say it seems to be real sticky onto the stone.
Very sticky on the stone and very sticky on the, there we go, 13 5/8. 13 5/8.
Just like we like it.
So that is a beautiful thing.
Good to go.
Yeah, I don't know, we'll see. I may like this. I like how it's acting so far, as far as working with it.
Yep. Doesn't look like it bubbled at all, really.
No, that seems to be going on real easy.
How'd it do cutting the thicknesses on those lines? Looks like we got very even thicknesses,
Yeah.
which this isn't a very big. You can tell with the longer run is where that struggles more. We'll see if this does better or worse than the other stencil for that as time goes on. Here's what I want to see though. How is it going to peel out? Are the letters going to stay in, or are the letters going to rip as we're peeling? And is stuff going to stretch, or is it going to stay the same? Wait, what are you doing?
I'm seeing.
It's going to make it worse.
Answering your question.
Ay, ay, ay. Now you're being dangerous.
Yeah, well, that's how I started this business, being dangerous. Stepping off the cliff.
Yep. You're getting a little old for stepping off the cliff, Dad.
Well,
Your birthday's tomorrow, you know.
is it tomorrow? Holy cats.
I shouldn't have told you. Now you're going to want to take a motorcycle ride or something.
Just bring money.
Just for fun. Okay.
Actually, if my part for my hot tub that I got a year ago on my birthday,
Hey, that'd be perfect.
If
you
that-
get it fixed and have a
if
hot
that
tub
comes,
birthday again.
you could put that part in for me.
Oh, yeah.
You could say happy birthday, go up there. It's supposed to be like a couple-minute job.
Now, why do you insist on touching as much of that stencil as you can with
Because
your fingers?
if I touch out here, I tend to it has a higher chance of stretching.
Yep.
This is very, very, very sticky compared, like, it is.
Yeah, that's very sticky. I like it. That's good.
It's more sticky than the others.
Yep. And so it peeled out. No letters even looked like they were attempting or thinking about ripping, so that's a good sign. The thing that concerns me a little bit is the stretchiness of this stencil a little bit, but
What was the other stencil we had?
what do you mean?
What
The
was-
anchor?
Okay.
We just
anchor.
got done with a roll of anchor.
Right, so that I didn't like because of the stretchiness, but I noticed that every letter that stretched a little bit, it went right back to form.
Right.
So I did like
Which,
that.
when I pulled this out the first day and tested this stencil, like when I pulled it, it would pull, but it did seem to spring back really
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
So that's a good sign. All right, so how'd it go back in?
Good. It laid in there really nice, and these don't just pop out like some do, but they are pretty much cut through, and you just have to.
That actually looks like it popped pretty good. Let me in there. I want to peel a couple and see what they feel like.
See, like there, coming out of the corner is
Right, a little bit tough,
a little bit tough.
but it
once
looks like the whole corner's popping all together though,
Yes.
which that's the important thing.
Yes, it's not leaving
Right,
debris.
little residue, which is what the other stencil's been doing that's super annoying. Let's peel a couple letters and see how I feel. Oh, I like that right away already. It definitely has more of a stiffness than what we've been using, which,
Yes.
and if you give it the pop, it pops that corner real easy.
Yeah.
It's all about that pop. Well, that one's not coming quite so easy. That one cut through. But if I go back the other way, then it goes, yeah, that's gonna be really nice. Obviously I didn't peel much there, but that little bit, if it continues to be like that, that's nice. This rubber is a lot more stiff, which means you can kind of pop those letters, the corners. Once you pop the corner out, you can grab a hold of it and you kind of wiggle it and you can peel the whole thing. And what I really like was it was not peeling that edge. Like I pulled down and right away it wanted to come apart on each side of that point, which stickier stencil sometimes will stick together. Not stickier, but more supple stencil will sometimes be together, and then it doesn't want to come apart from an edge like that. So that's a really good sign for me. I'm really happy to see that. All right, I was just doing a little sandblasting here, getting the back of that stone done. So it is finished now. Turn the light on for you here so we can go and take a look at it. Not terribly excited about this new stencil. I'll show you why. Not very crisp on those letters. That stuff heated up very, very fast. So it's a lot thinner, which maybe just takes some adjustment to get used to it. You just have to move quicker. Over here on the line, it did pretty good. Not bad across the top line either. So it could be that I just need to change my technique a little. But so far, not extremely happy with it. I definitely think the other stencil is just a little thicker and also maybe doesn't burn quite as fast. Not really burn, but you see how it turns dark and you get these spots that get kind of rough looking. That's what I mean by burn. It's not actually burning, but it changes color, it heats up, and the rubber becomes more supple as it gets hot like that. So, not super excited about it, but like I said, it's my first time using it. Maybe it's just getting my technique down a little bit different for my sandblast time, so we'll see.
It is, it's been a week since we tried our new Hartco stencil from Miles Supply. Bottom line, me no likey. There's things about it we like. How it cuts, how it weeds or peels out. Weeding is the term that most people use, I guess. We call it peeling out. We like that. Christian sandblasted a stone with it first. He's very good at sandblasting. His work is the best that we produce, really. When you're blasting, if your sandblast nozzle stops in an area, stencil starts to heat up. If you start burning stencil, which actually it's melting, it starts closing in like this. So Christian came that close to ruining a stone that we had a lot of work into. $5,000 plus stone, and that stencil started closing in. And then what happens as it starts closing in, if it's in a V, say it's the inside of an N or an A, the point starts burning off, and then it starts to round the point. And he came this close to ruining a $5,000 stone because of that stencil. That stone was fine, we dealt with it, but we were on high alert with this stuff. So when you skin frost, you're only going in 1/64 of an inch, 1/32 of an inch maybe in depth. And so your stencil doesn't have time to heat up, doesn't have time to melt. So I was blasting on a stone in the cemetery, a skin frost lettering. I knew this stencil had reacted badly with Christian, so I backed off. Okay, if my typical distance is this from nozzle to stencil, I backed off probably 4 to 6 inches. Same thing happened. That stencil, now, granted, it's outside. It wasn't a hot day. If it had been in the high 80s, I would have said, it could, but even skin frosting, you're not hitting it long enough to do that. But you are starting out with a very warm stencil in the high 80s, right? Because your stone is hot itself. Anyway, I skin frosted that thing literally 40 seconds, 50 seconds maybe, not a minute. And fortunately, it blasted correctly, but that stencil started closing in. And like I started out saying, me no likey. There's a lot of parts about the stencil I like, but I can't afford to ruin a stone. I'm capable of screwing things up on my own. I don't need a stencil helping me out. But I've been sandblasting for 31 years. Christian's been sandblasting for over 20 years, I think now. Started when he was a kid. And so both of us had the same thing happen to us. So I'm just saying, if you're using an automatic blaster, you know, you might be getting away with it. One thing that my supplier said, they're going to keep their ears open. They have had some people have given them some feedback, some concerns. Nobody's had the same concern that we had with it actually deteriorating the rubber and starting to burn it. So, but if you're using Hartco, just be careful, be aware that we have and some others have had some issues with it. So, and it's very hard getting stencil right now. So
Thank you for coming along with us today. I hope you enjoyed that video. Hopefully it was educational and entertaining. That's always the goal here. Do all that good YouTube stuff. Leave a comment, leave a like if you liked it, a dislike if you didn't like it. Really do appreciate it. We are super close to that 300 subscriber mark. I looked the other day, I think I was at 295, so we are just about there, and really appreciate you guys. We will see you all next time.